As we finish this last week together, I thought I would share some final thoughts on project risk management. I thought I was going to die. It was a beautiful summer day, and we were renting a gorgeous house on top of a cliff in Carmel, California. The views were breathtaking, and that morning I arose before the others and poured a cup of coffee and strolled down to a well-positioned bench situated so as you could see for miles up and down the coastline. I reached for another sip of my coffee when, unnoticed by me, a huge wave came over the bench and swept me halfway down the cliff. I took a very quick inventory. I was wet, but relatively unscathed. The challenge was going to be scaling up the cliff. I looked behind me, and that same wave was preparing to move back with equal vengeance. I bemoaned my lack of shoes and proper climbing gear. It was one of those proverbial moments when your life passes in front of your eyes. But 1 second later, reality returned, and I quickly scanned for a way up the cliff that would provide adequate foliage for grasping as well as passable toeholds. Was this plan B, C, or D? I lost track. I took a deep breath and made my ascent, and none too soon. As I scrambled back toward the house, the wave came crashing down, just barely missing me. I am not a great hiker or even a climber, although I enjoy the outdoors. I've been in other precarious situations, although none as precarious as this one. How did I survive? I performed meticulous risk analysis and planning, although at the time I didn't know it was called risk management. Whenever I heard somebody talking about a weird situation, I listened and gave serious thought as to how I would react and improve my reaction. I practiced risk responses over and over and tried to figure out how to minimize risk occurrence. I had planned a response to each and every contingency I could possibly think of or learn about, and that's what saved my life that fateful day. I didn't have to problem solve because I knew that if A happened, it was time to proceed to B. It was completely etched in my brain. That's really what risk management is all about. Heed warnings like, if something can go wrong, it will, and Murphy was an optimist, and inventory everything that can go wrong. Most important, take the time to think through the consequences of a risk should it happen. What are your options? What's the best choice? What is plan B? Or in the case of my errant choice in paths up that cliff, what are plans C and D? I have seen many elaborate go-live plans that have just a small time window. It's essential to have a backup plan in case the go-lives falter and to know what circumstances should trigger the backup plan. Who are you going to call when the go-live plan has problems? Of course, project risks are not limited to technical issues. A hurricane, say, can prevent a key person from getting to work on a go-live day, or someone can eat a bad shrimp and be down for the count on the project's most important day. We always hope that none of our risks turn into issues, but wishful thinking is not a working parachute, and the reality is that things do go wrong. If you anticipate what you will do when things go wrong, you greatly reduce stress and prevent projects from crashing and burning. You'll save the life of your project and perhaps your own professional life.